So before I share my thoughts on this local LA rapper that just got killed, I want to share something real quick. The people that follow me is pretty diverse group, and what I mean by follow me, I mean on either my YouTube channel or social media. You know, there's people, you know, from my church. Some people are family members, but there's also a lot of people that are in the streets, you know, or they grew up like me, not necessarily from my city, but just from LA or even up north. Different people that grew up as gang members out there in the streets. Some of them are still out there in the streets. So I just wanted to kind of make that little disclaimer. Some of you guys may not relate to some of the things I say. For those of you who don't know, I'm an ex-gang member. I came from the streets, and I think that the Lord, for the most part, raised me up to reach those kinds of people, male and female. You know, so and I'm saying that for those that don't. They may be wondering, like, why is this guy speaking on this, or why is he even, you know, touching on this? And it's because you know, there's a group of people that need to hear certain things, you know, and only a certain type of individual, I believe, can reach those kinds of people, you know. So that's why, you know, I do what I do. So with that being said, I want to share my thoughts on this local rapper. He's a ex, or not ex, but, well, he's an ex now, but, you know, he's a blood from Compton, from Pyroon, Compton. I forgot what neighborhood. He recently got shot. I think he got shot yesterday. And this guy had got shot in 2019. I'm not sure of the details on that, but the reason I believe I felt led to share my thoughts on this is because sometimes God will allow things, right, to get your attention, but you won't always catch it. You know what I'm saying? Something can happen to you, you survive it, and then you just continue about your business. And sometimes God's trying to get your attention, man. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something so dramatic like that, right? Like getting shot. It could be anything, man. But you might even pray to God and say, Lord, get me out of this. I know I did that a bunch of times, man, when I was living that lifestyle, right? I would end up in a situation, I'll pray to God, man, and I'll be like, Lord, help me, get me out of this. And then he would come through, you know? And then I'll go right back to what I was doing. You know, I'll forget about it. And that was, you know, God's grace on my life, man. His mercy upon my life. And I wouldn't heed the warnings. You know what I'm saying? Or I wouldn't follow up on that request that I would make when he would answer. And I would just take it for granted. And I'll keep doing what I was doing. And I've shared before, like, I got plenty of friends and homies that are in jail right now doing life, and I've spoken to many of them, and they've confessed that, man, I wish I had another chance, you know, and a lot of them are fighting for that chance right now, Lord willing, to get out. But I'm sharing this because let's consider this dude, man. He got shot in 2019, and I seen a couple interviews he did, and he actually mentioned God before, right? And I don't know the circumstances, man. I don't know what happened, but I'm just saying, like, in general, you know, hypothetically speaking, even, I know that he continued to rap, right, and continue to kind of push this certain way of living, and I don't know how he was living, you know, but only God knows the circumstances. But like I said, I want to just mention this: if God intercedes for you, if something happens to you, right, you may have even gotten shot, or you may have been in a case, right, in jail, and he made a way for you to make it out. and you just completely ignore God after that, and you continue to live. However, you don't even make an attempt to try to clean it up a little bit, right? This is for you, man. You know, I hope that maybe God can use something like this to maybe make you think back and say, man, I need to maybe reconsider my steps, man, and watch the way I move. And for those of you who that hasn't happened to yet, you don't have to allow that. You don't have to let something drastic happen for you in order for God to get your attention. He can use something like this. He can use someone else's life to get your attention. He may have been already, as I always say this phrase, tugging at your heart, trying to get your attention. And you don't even have to be a gang member. You could be anybody. You could be a female. You could be a young kid. You could be someone in your 50s that he's been trying to get your attention for years. And you've been kind of like putting them off. This just may be for you, man. You know, don't wait until something drastic happens. And if something has happened and he has come through for you, be thankful. Be thankful and allow that to lead you to a place where you can make some choices. It's all about choices, man. Life is all about choices. One choice can change the rest of your life, either negatively or positively. And I can just give you an example. One choice of driving around with the homies and you guys end up busting on someone, that whole car gets busted, you guys are all in jail, and you spend the rest of your life in jail because of that one choice. And that's kind of I'm using an example from the lifestyle that I grew up in. Another choice, you can be out there being with multiple sex partners and you end up catching some fatal disease, some something like AIDS, and now you got a death sentence, man, all because you made that one choice. You know, you wanted to have that pleasure, right, for that moment, and it just wasn't worth it, and you'll live the rest of your life probably regretting that, you know. And I can give you a bunch of other examples. Those are probably some pretty serious examples, but there's a bunch of little ones, man. And then there's on the other side of the fence, you can make a choice to maybe go to college, to maybe invest in yourself, right, in some way, or to decide to say, you know what, I don't want to do that. I want to put this gun down, man. I'd rather pick up this book, you know. And then you look back on your life and you realize that, man, when I made that choice, that was a turning point in my life. And if I would not have made that choice, I wouldn't be here now to speak about it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, man. Life is all about choices. God, he does answer prayers. He does show people grace. He does show people mercy. I am a living example of that. And I can use my life as an example. Imagine I got out. I was in jail for murder. I spent 5 years of my life in the county jail. God showed me mercy and grace, man. Imagine I went back to that lifestyle. Imagine I didn't surrender to God. And imagine I went right back to that. You know, and I kind of did when I first got out. I started going backwards because I had nowhere else to go. I had to go back to my neighborhood. I went back to the city of Rosemead. I went back to having a gun in my pocket or in my wife's purse. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, I thank God that he intervened and I surrendered and I went into a men's home and I'm here to speak about it. You know, that doesn't always happen though. You know, imagine if I didn't do that, I probably wouldn't be here. And it would have been foolish of me to go back to that lifestyle. You know, thank God. I thank God I have some friends that they not congratulate me, but they support me, man. Even some of them in jail right now that are doing life. And I love them for that. They tell me, man, keep doing what you're doing. You know, I love you, man. I love you. Keep, you know, you're out there living for us, man. You know, you're one of the few that made it. And I didn't, start when I was in jail saying that I was Christian and all that. I waited till I got out because I had that pride. But I wanted to do it right. And thank God, man. I thank God for the grace that he showed me. And so, as I always say, I don't know who this is for, but I always pray before I press upload on YouTube or or whatever it is on social media. And I just hope and pray that someone can be touched by the video, right? By the content. And rest in peace to Slim Thug, man. God bless his family, man. Prayers out to his family. It's always a tragedy, these kinds of deaths, man. The gang banging in LA is real. Right now it's heating up. Throughout this whole country is heating up, actually. But in LA it's coming back, man. And so I just want to send this word out to whoever it's for, man. With that being said, God bless you guys. Till next time, salute in Jesus' name.